You are listening to Super Saturday with Jeremy Harris, powered by Hollywood Bets.
Absolutely. So, Coach, firstly, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jeremy, and obviously good morning to all the citizens out there.
I like it a lot. And good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. I mean, does that sound right? I mean, we haven't, eh?
No, we haven't seen each other. The last time was quite a while back when we had a round of golf. And I was terrible. You were a lot better than me.
Listen, we're going to have a rematch and take out Mr. Kamitas. I don't know where it was that he got that extra point from to beat us the last time. Listen, let's talk straight into it. Let's get straight into it because it's basically the start of the new season, and yet already, as you say, Cape Town City FC, doing the business into the semi-finals of one of the biggest cup competitions in the country, MTN8, against the defending champions, Orlando Pirates, on Tuesday. Just your thoughts about getting into the heat of battle so early on in the season?
Yeah, it's what you want. You want to start on the right foot, and we did. We started really well against Sekhukhune. Not an easy game away from home. Getting the desired result there and finding ourselves now in the semis against Orlando Pirates. A couple of seasons back, we got all the way to the final and unfortunately lost to Sundowns. But we would like to redeem ourselves and obviously get all the way there and hopefully lift the trophy.
Absolutely. I mean, I suppose the one memory I have of that final against Sundowns was the fact that Dennis Nyanga stood about a meter off the line. But I mean, I'm not the official, and so we're not going to cry over spilt milk. But I mean, as you say, I wouldn't mind going all the way to the final again. And I know that will be on your shopping list for this particular campaign. Let's talk a bit about Sekhukhune. Just in terms of the win there, 1-0 suggested was tight, but in fact I thought on measure I thought that it was a game that or that scoreline almost flattered Sekhukhune. I thought that maybe there was maybe 2 goals, maybe 3 goals lying that we sort of left on the park.
Yeah, I think ultimately we deserved to win that game. I don't think we played entirely to our full potential. Obviously a lot of new faces that have come into the squad. But, slowly but surely, I think we're getting to where we want to be as a team and as a club. And those 10 signings that we've made has been extremely important and influential for us this upcoming season because, we're setting our targets really, really high. I'm an ambitious coach. I want to win everything.
Yep.
I want to win every game. I never plan a game to draw or not to lose. Every game I go into, I plan to win. And I think this season we've put together a squad that is good enough to push in every single competition that we participate in.
Talking to Eric Tinkler, head coach at Cape Town City FC. You talk about the new personnel, the new faces. That's always a big indicator in terms of a club's ambitions, a club's almost plans or intent, when they bring on new personnel, new players. But I mean, 10 new faces does suggest that there's a pot of gold, hopefully at the end of the rainbow.
That's the general idea. I think I'm going into my 4th season at the club, and we've seen a lot of faces leave the club and move on to better things. A lot of talented players, and we've relied mainly on obviously our youth development, and a lot of those kids have really progressed extremely well. But they need time to really develop, and because our objectives are very, very high. A lot of pressure is put on those youngsters. So I think our scouting process started halfway through the season, last season, where we came to recognize that we needed to bring in a few more experienced players to help those youngsters grow and improve their game. And I think we've already seen that in the pre-season. All 10 players that have come in have raised the level of training, have raised the level of those players, those youth players, and I've seen them grow just over the past 6 to 7 weeks. We got a youngster called Gabi Amato, who's turning 18 this year, and phenomenal how he's grown. Last season he was playing DDC, and now he's training with the first team. We've got Emil Vitboy, who a lot of people are talking about him. He's a 15-year-old, and he's doing extremely well as well. Sifumba, he's going on trial in Portugal, so we obviously wish him all the best there, and hopefully he can sign a deal. That side, Shakil April, so a lot of youngsters that have come from Cape Town, making their PSL debuts this season. But then the senior players, Hashim Domingo, a signing that he played for Sundowns, he played for Wits when they won the league, so he brings that experience that I'm referring to. Fortune Makarenge, who's come in. I coached him at Maritzburg United, but he spent quite a few years at Orlando Pirates and obviously was involved in winning those MTN8 Finals that you were talking about. So Fortune comes in with that experience and knowledge, and also true professional. So the youngsters learn a lot of him. Then we signed Amadou Sakuna, striker, played for the French national team under 17s, under 20s. A lot of experience, 32 years old, and a quality striker to replace Kaniso Mayo. So I think we've done a lot of hard work behind the scenes in terms of our recruitment, bringing in the right players with the right mentality, the right attitude, and players that don't just see Cape Town City as a stepping stone to something bigger, but see Cape Town City as where I can achieve things and win things. So
exactly.
That's the mindset we're trying to create.
Gosh, that is an action-packed list of some really quality players. As you say, a mix of youth and experience, but that, I guess, is how top teams blend together. They put in the youngsters who are just all about guts and glory, and the other guys who are a little bit more streetwise. And I mean, that is your job to try to find that happy medium between the two.
Trying to find that balance, I think that's key. And like I said to you, last season in particular, we threw some of these youngsters into the deep end and a lot of pressure, and we went through a phase where we weren't getting positive results, and you could sense that pressure being put on the youngsters, and it wasn't entirely fair on them. Did they grow? Yes, they did, but my boss expects results. My job's not only to develop young players, So I think it was extremely important for us to bring in the names that I mentioned, but there's quite a few. There's Carlinhos, who's played for Petro Luanda, Champions League. Unfortunately, he got injured right now, but high quality footballer that has also joined us. Prince Tijueza, Namibian international, and I'm excited to see him as well this season. And then we brought in a couple of young faces from other clubs, NFD. A young boy, Leffer from Polokwane, who I think has a bright future. Very, very skillful, technical player, but very, very good attitude. And then Ziba Alafeo is a big, tall centre-back, a lot of pace, speed, but technically good on the ball. So, like I said, a lot of signings.
Exactly.
I think it's the biggest squad we've had since I've been at Cape Town City.
No, it's exciting, and I want to ask you. Now, I mean, as I say, there's intent when a club at the size of Cape Town City and with the standing of Cape Town City brings on that new sort of group, or a group of players that size. You get a sense that there's a plan. We now being serious about what it is that we want to achieve at the end of the season or through the course of the season. One of them, of course, MTN8. You're up against the defending champions, 12-time winners of the MTN8 competition, albeit on home soil. But I mean, what are your thoughts about Pirates on Tuesday?
Yeah, very, very tough match. I think Pirates, without a shadow of doubt, or after Sundowns, the strongest team in the league in terms of players and number of players that they have and the quality that they possess. They've been coached by a very, very good coach. I think they've done extremely well, especially in the cup competitions over the past few seasons. They've struggled a little bit in the league, but I think the quality that they keep bringing in, and the longer those players stay together, the stronger they will get. So they won't be a pushover. They'll be a tough team to push over. But you know what? Like I said to you before, I'm a positive coach.
Yep.
I want to win things, and that's the type of mentality I instill in my players. And I know they'll go into that game with the hunger and the desire to want to put one past them.
Let me ask you, I mean, is there a psychology, is there a preference maybe in terms of these, two-legged sort of ties, semi-final first leg at home, semi-final second leg, at Pirates? Is there a preference to you, or doesn't it really matter to you? You play wherever it is?
Yeah, I think, obviously the rule has changed in Europe at least. The away goal doesn't count anymore. But the way the format is here, it still counts. So I think especially when you're playing at home, the importance of making sure you keep a clean sheet so that you don't have that goal against you count against you. So, so that's got to be the first objective at home. Make sure that we obviously keep that clean sheet, but look to get the win. And obviously keep the game open for ourselves when we travel away. So I think that's the key factor.
Talk to us about, I'm a big fan of the fans. And so here you have an opportunity to bring in the Cape Town fans. I've got no doubt there'll be travelling fans. There'll be Pirates fans. I've got no doubt about that. But here's an opportunity to sort of unleash, if you like, the other part of the Citizens lineup. The lineup that you didn't mention, that you didn't sign, but they're there all the time. And their importance.
No, they're extremely important, and they obviously need to come out in their numbers. We know Pirates is a big club, and Pirates will bring a lot of support, obviously, to Cape Town Stadium, or the DHL Stadium. So very, very important that the citizens show up. It's Cape Town City, and we are all citizens.
Yeah.
so please make sure you come into the stadium and you support Cape Town City.
The one thing we talked to a lot of players from various teams who use that stadium, the DHL Stadium, and the consensus is that the noise in that stadium seems to be contained. So you and I could scream, and we could be stopped. We would have stopped screaming, but it feels like the scream stays in the stadium, or the cheer stays in the stadium. And I mean, that's exactly what we want. We want to amplify the voices. We want our boys to feel that there's an army behind them.
Precisely, and we don't want to hear echoes, to be brutally honest. It's such a big stadium, such a beautiful stadium, without a shadow of doubt. For me, I've been privileged to go to all our stadiums across South Africa, and I don't think there is a more beautiful stadium than this one. So what a venue to go and watch a football match, and I can promise you that we will look to entertain.
There we go.
And I think that's the key factor for us in the PSL this season, needs to be that we have to entertain the people, to put bums on seats.
Exactly. Certainly looking forward to that. There's been no shortage of entertainment. Let me just quickly, before I let you go, Coach, just talk, if we can sort of throw forward, and it's difficult because, I mean, we can only imagine what this could be like, but I mean, it's a long season. Yeah. There's a lot of work that will come our way, your way. Lots of games, lots of different competitions. There's the league, there's other cup competitions, and mixed in maybe as well some international duty for some of your squad. Yeah. I mean, how do you get to the end of the season in a strong position, in a position where we are challenging? I know that it's obviously player management, but I mean, what are your thoughts in terms of, do we focus, we'll take an acceptable loss here? Because I know you as you say, you are the guy who wants to win anything.
Yes.
A putting competition on the 18th green, or a professional football game at the same time.
Yeah, I think most importantly, what's happened in the PSL, Mamelodi Sundowns has been walking away with the league. 72 points, 73 points, and they've really set the bar very, very, very high. And the rest of the teams are still languishing down there in the 40s and the 50 points. And you can go back 7-8 years ago, that those points would allow you to possibly finish second and even possibly first. I think SuperSport won the league with 58 points. So I think very, very important for us is that consistency in terms of our results. We've been a successful club in terms of 8 seasons that we've been playing in the PSL. We've never finished out of the top 8. My record has been 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th, so I've managed to stay in the top 5. But obviously, over the seasons, the gap between ourselves and Sundowns has grown astronomically. So we want to look to try and close down that gap. What does that mean? Got to win more games.
Sure.
And that's just the harsh reality. The players themselves have to set their goals and their aims a lot higher. As much as Mayo might have scored 12 goals, not enough to win us a league. We needed to be scoring 15, 16.
Sure.
More assists from everybody. Jaden Rhodes, highest assists in the league. Darwin, highest assists in the league, but still didn't help us win league. So everybody has to contribute, and we have to.
There's got to be a step up.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Everybody's got to improve themselves by 1% every single day to ensure that we raise that bar and we raise that level in order to compete against Mamelodi Sundowns, because that's the objective. We want to try and take this league right to the last day of the season. Can we do that? My first season, we did it until around about the last 3 games of the season, and we unfortunately lost to Maritzburg United, which then took the title away from us. So we want to get back to that type of form.
Here we go. I think that that sort of gives you a sense, folks, of the kind of task that lies at hand for Coach Eric Tinkler and his team and his squad. And we're certainly looking forward to standing alongside you, Coach, every step of the way. You must please take our best wishes to the squad. I was able to spend some time with them just a few days ago at training. And I mean, I'm a big fan of watching body language, and the guys were having fun. I mean, I know that, in the serious world of professional sport, fun may be something that gets frowned on, but I got to tell you, I think maybe fun also is something that just frees you up to be able to achieve, really good results at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's important. You want to be able to enjoy what you do.
Yep.
So what you don't want is players coming to training not enjoying the training sessions themselves. As long as they're learning, which is very, very important, as long as they are being disciplined in terms of their approach. Nothing wrong with someone going out there having a laugh and enjoying the experience.
Yeah, we were busy filming. I almost lost my cameraman a couple of times. The guys were absolutely drilling the ball in, but so be it. Lots of fun. Okay, listen, folks, you liking the sound of this? You're thinking, maybe I should get myself in stadium. You certainly should. It's this coming Tuesday. It's Cape Town City against Orlando Pirates, MTN8 Semi-Final, first leg. I've got tickets to go. All you got to do is send me your name and the word citizens to 082 222 1049. Do it now, because when it's gone, it's gone. And then you are going to be left pondering why I wasn't quick enough. 082 222 1049 is the number. Your name and the word citizens to that number. Coach Eric Tinkler, head coach, Cape Town City FC. Always good to see you, my friend, and look forward to spending some more time with you properly this season.
Thank you, Jeremy.
And have a Super Saturday.
You are listening to Super Saturday with Jeremy Harris. Brought to you by Hollywood Bets.